folks, JD here, and today we've got this absolute monster. This is the FTX Bugsta brushed model. Now there are two models. This is the brushed, you can get the brushless. This is a 1 in 10 scale 4-wheel drive off-road monster truck buggy. So let's just open this up. This was recommended to us, by the way, by the RC Hunter. Cheers very much indeed, mate, for that. He totally turned me on to this guy. Because, well, I'd never even heard of FTX, and he said, well, we want to check these guys out, they're pretty awesome. And, well, look at the size of this. I mean, look next to my hand, look at the sheer size of this guy. Right, so I tell you what, let's take out the accessories back here for a second. Now, this guy weighs, coming in at, just over 4 kilograms of weight for this particular buggy. And, got to be careful with those wheels and everything. Right, let's just pop this guy down. Wow. This this is an absolute beast. Now my unboxing table isn't the largest table in the world at all, but I tell you what, this is quite spectacular, this little buggy is. Right, let me just angle things a little bit here. So this is what we get. We have a 4-wheel drive, big bore shock oil-filled suspension racks. There we go, you can see the size of these suspension racks here. They are huge. And, that is such a nice action. Normally with a lot of these non-oil filled suspension racks, you'll find that when you start to move the suspension, it's a little bit crunchy, crinkles a little bit, but this is nice and smooth. A nice little action there on the front suspension. Very, very nice indeed. Look at the size of these wheels as well. Rubber tyres. I think they're foam filled. It doesn't feel air filled. It does feel a little bit foam filled there. I might be wrong with that though, let me double check. And once again, on the back of the car as well, we have oil filled big bore suspension, which again has beautiful action on this. Now, as this is such a big car, you would imagine that, as this is so big and so weighty, you'd imagine that the speed of this is going to be quite quick. Well, it has a top speed, from what I can gather, of about 30 miles an hour, which isn't too bad at all for something as big as this. Bear in mind, if this hits you in the ankle at 30 miles an hour, weighing 4 kilograms, it's going to hurt a lot. So as we open up the top of this, look at what we got. We got a huge 550 brushed motor sitting here. We have our receiver arrays as well. Little heatsink on top of that. That bodes well. We have a nice little battery. You know, the battery in this is, I believe, an 1800 milliamp hour battery. That wasn't good enough. I wanted something which is gave us a little bit more time than that, because what I always find is I'm taking these guys out, and they run out after about 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah, there we are. So this is an 1800 milliamp hour battery. Absolute beast. But what I did is I decided I was going to buy the 3000 milliamp battery instead. There we are. Which is here. Now this is, it's going to be the same size. Obviously the capacity is a lot different, but the battery itself is going to be the same size as the standard battery. But the good thing about this is you can charge both of them up and you can take them both with you. But there we are. The new one just fits in there without any problems. And then once again you just hook them up correctly. And then once you hook it up, I don't know how much charge is in this guy, but once you hook it up, then you should be good just to turn it on. There we are. So the battery works. That's all I wanted to test. You get a nice little beep as well, little tune rather, when you turn it on. And I'm going to leave this battery out because I'm going to want to charge this. I'm certainly running out of room on this little desk of mine here. But this is essentially what you get. This is really nice. Now, a lot of this kit is waterproof. So, starting with the waterproof micro receiver, there's a waterproof speed control, waterproof steering servo as well. And the gears, the steering servo as well is waterproofed also. So, honestly, that is really prepared for going off-road. The base of it as well is really thick plastic. Very, very thick. Now, there's a little... Now at the front here there's a little sort of bumper here which is plastic again, feels really thick, coming down to the underneath of the car. Obviously you've got the motor sitting there as well, nice little gap there just so that the motor can breathe and it doesn't sweat too much. This seems to be all one piece. This plastic bit here seems to be all one piece. So you haven't got to worry much there. You can get aluminium parts for this, and you can exchange them if you prefer. You can see all the different rods and everything attaching the front wheel and the front to the front end of the car. That is quite nice indeed. Now, as you can see, all these rods which are being held on here, they look really quite tight. They look really quite good. Looks like this can withstand a little bit of pain as well. And those oil-filled shocks really are fantastic. So this is going to be absolutely brilliant when we take her out and when we rag her silly. Now, what else have we got in here? Anything else that I haven't mentioned? I don't think so. Our main drive shaft running straight through the car is metal. Just running straight through here. You may be able to see a little blue thing in the centre here. Just running right the way from back to front. That is just the little rod, but it is metal. That is nice. Oh, there we are. This is... I really can't wait to take this out. Also, this is the top of it as well. Really quite nice. Nice moulding to it. Really nice decals to it as well. Now, the spoiler is on the back. Is held on by, it looks like, two little Allen keys here. So you can take that off should you want to. I wouldn't recommend it. The spoilers do give a little bit of downforce. So you hopefully are going to have these wheels stick into the ground quite a lot on the back end here. But all in all, just to put this back on, just for you to see exactly what sort of shape this looks like, if I can. There we go. So that is exactly what you've got. Oh, this thing is massive. I'm really looking forward to taking this out. Right, okay, so that's enough about the car, I think. Let's put this to one side and let's look at these accessories. So the accessories that you get, first of all, you get a box and you get a bag. So in the bag, we have manual, we have European plug, we have a charger, and we have a couple of tools in there as well, should you require it. And that's it inside there. And a charging process update as well from FTX. There we go. So that's all in bag one. Now in the box, I should imagine this is where the transmitter sits. Let's have a little look. It is indeed. There is said transmitter. Oh, and that's a nice one. That is lovely. That feels really good in hand. Now you can charge this transmitter. If you have chargeable batteries in the bottom of it. This takes 6 AA batteries in the bottom there, and you can charge the transmitter directly off there as well, should you have rechargeable batteries in the base here. That feels nice. This feels like a really good action to it as well. We have an extendable antenna there, just for extended range. Underneath this little cover at the back, we have a load of different buttons and a load of different dials. You've got steering trim, you've got let's have a little look and see. You've got on and off button, steering trim, throttle trim. You've got bind controls, power LEDs as well. So you have got a lot of information here, and you've got a lot of different dials and a lot of different things that you can customize in here. As standard, as I do with all of my cars, I'm going to leave this totally standard and see how she does on the day. If she pulls too far to the left or right, then I'm going to use a little bit of steering trim. And if I depress this throttle and if it takes a while for the car to pick up, I'm going to use the throttle trim as well a little bit. But there we go. That is nice, and I like it because there's a nice little cover that just snaps over the back of it there, making it all look very professional indeed. The action on the steering wheel feels nice. Snaps back quite nicely too, and this little, normally we see foam around the wheel, this is now rubber, so you feel as if you do get a proper nice little grip on there as well. All in all, I am very taken with that indeed. This is probably one of the nicest car remotes I think I have. So there we are, that is brilliant. So there we go. So all in all, we have quite a package indeed inside this, which you can get from Model Sport. I'll put the description. I'll put the link in the description should you want to check this out. So you get the Bugsta, you get the transmitter, you get accessory bag as well with charger and a load of other things. The battery you get as standard is the 1800 milliamp hour, but there is also an option when you buy this to buy the 3000 milliamp hour as well, so you might want to throw that in. I think it's an extra £13, not too much for the extra bit of playtime you're going to get on it as well. So there we are, folks. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy racing.